My name is Szymon Holcman and I'm co-owner of KULTURA GNIEWU, Culture of Anger. You can translate it like that. This is Jarek, second co-owner, and third one, Paweł, isn't here today, but he will be tomorrow. Yeah.
And you're based in Warsaw?
Yeah, we are based in Warsaw. Yeah.
You're from here?
No, I'm from Szczecin, but Paweł and Jarek are from Warsaw. Yeah.
You do mostly Polish authors or translations as well?
We are doing translations and local artists. I would say 50-50. Kultura Gniewu was established by Jarek, and he was a publisher of Polish independent hardcore and punk music scene. He was publishing some records of such kind of music, but he also was a big fan of comic books. And he decided one day that he will publish independent punk artists from Poland. It was 19 years ago, so it was year 2000. And it was so successful that 19 years later we can talk about our publishing house. And 19 years later we are publishing books all around the world and some new Polish talents, but still remember about our punk background and do-it-yourself background. I was looking for authors in internet, of course, because at the beginning of 21st century there was an internet, you can find some interesting artists there. So I was writing to them, asking them for some comic books, some albums, and after a few years we established ourselves as a quite interesting and quite good publishing house, and right now we are getting offers all the time, publishing offers from debutants or quite well-known Polish artists asking us if there's a chance to publish their new books. Every month, almost every month, we have some new books. We're publishing about 30 books per year. So it's quite, as for three-person publishing house, is quite a lot, I would say. And we have two publishing lines. One is devoted for comic books for adults and mature readers, but not in terms of sex and violence, but the topics, books about history, autobiographical books, books by authors from all around the world like Guy Delisle, Rutu Modan, Adrian Tomine, Daniel Cloves, Charles Burns. So that kind of comic books. So you could say graphic novels. And another part of our publishing activity is books for kids, for younger audience. And this line has a separate name. It's Krótkie Gadki. You can call it shorts, short trousers, or something like that. And it's devoted for books for younger readers. We just noticed that there are coming, our faithful readers are coming for books on festivals like this, and they are coming with their kids, and we don't have anything for the kids. And we have kids ourselves, so we said, wow, why not to do something for kids which won't be Disney or mainstream and so we decided to publish some independent comics for kids from Poland and all around the world as well. You will tell me what's interesting when you are looking at our stand.
Looking at that.
What's interesting for you?
I would like to see something more of it in the punk rock line.
So that's a good choice because it's a book about Hedgehog. It's called George the Hedgehog. So it was a cult hero for Polish comic book lovers at the end of 20 and the beginning of 21st century. And it was the stories with this George the Hedgehog was published in magazines like Ślizg. It was for fans of skateboarding. It was so this guy has his skateboard, he's drinking beer, he's fighting with Nazi, and he's I would say he gives you a glimpse into the end of the century in Poland. So it's a quite historical book right now, and it tells quite a good story about how Poland looked 20 years ago. Yeah, but it's very popular character. There was a feature animation movie based on his adventures, and the board game about him is coming also this year.
A collection of.
This is a collection. Yeah, this is the first volume of collection of his. The whole. There will be omnibus edition. You know, the whole stuff. Every story of George the Hedgehog will be published in this series. It will be 5 volumes. This book. It's Mr. Bulb. The title is Mr. Bulb. And the author of this book, Wojtek Wawrzyk, it's his debut, but he's a film director, and he's doing animated movies, commercial one and artistic one as well. And he was working on this book for about 16 years. And we published it, and he finished it last year, and we published it last year, and it's 600 pages of a story of this title, Mr. Bulb, and this is his story about his growing up, about being independent from your parents, from your home, and about searching of your own place in life and world. So it's a very universal story about very universal things like passions, like love, like loneliness, but it ends well. And it's nominated for the best book, the Polish comic book of the year here on this festival, and we will know if it gets the prize on Saturday. Yeah, so it's for me it's one of our most important books of last few years. You have everything, in fact, in Poland in terms of comics. Last 10 years were really everything changed so fast and grew so fast. 10 years ago, it was very small event, I can say. Right now, the comics are in mainstream in Poland. We have everything, like superhero comic books on newspaper stands, in libraries, in bookstores, everywhere really. We have European mainstream, like Valerian, for example. So, of course, it's not a market as big as in France. There is a huge market in France. But we can compare to some other European countries in terms of quality and quantity of books published in Poland. Yeah, so it's very interesting to be a comic book publisher right now in Poland. We are publishing only books that we like. We don't think, oh, that one will sell, so we publish it. No, that's not our way of doing this. We just have to read a book and fall in love with the book and then publish it. And I think that readers can feel it. They know that they can trust us. That every single book from our publishing house is something unique, something special, and we treat every one of them in a unique way. We are choosing formats, special paper. We are not doing everything like this. It was just another book, and a lot of foreign publishers see that, and they trust us, and they know that if we are publishing their book, it will be really high quality. So it's very important for us. There is we and our philosophy behind the comics, behind the social media, behind the contact with readers. We are trying to answer every question, every email, every comment on Facebook or whatever. It's a handmade. It's totally handmade. It's not a factory with books, with comic books. It's one of the first books we've bought. First license we bought was Dumb and Ramen by Anna Sommer from Switzerland, and a lot of fans of comics then in Poland was telling, well, that's suicide. You won't sell that book and you will know. It will sink you and there will be no more books from Kultura Gniewu. It was success, so it doesn't happen. But publisher of this book in Switzerland, David Basler from Edition Moderne, very famous publishing house from Switzerland, told me, wow, it's great that you want to do our artists, Thomas Ott and Anna Sommer, but remember, you always have to publish your own Polish artists, because if you won't publish them, no one will publish them in any other country. So you have to be the first. You have to show the art of them to other publishers from all around the world and try to convince them. And it's still very important for us to, if we have some comic books in line waiting for publishing, if we get something new from Polish artists, these foreign titles, we are putting them back and trying to publish the Polish artists first. And yeah, we showed to readers in Poland that that the Polish comic books are at the same level in terms of quality as the foreign ones. And yeah, and our best sellers are by Polish authors. More exciting is publishing Polish artists, because you are the first to show the book to readers. There is no other editions in any other languages. You are the first.
Awesome. It's good for me.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.